Alright, so this is a quick video to explain and show the rules of gutter ball, also called carpet ball. So basically what you do is you use pool balls, 7 at each end, and you can see black spots in the carpet. You just place them in any order, doesn't matter. All 7 of them. Each end has 7, same amount. Each end. So this is the traditional way to set it up. There's multiple ways you can do it. The main rule is you have to agree on what way you set them up and set them up the same. So, and you have to use the same number of balls. So like if you do like a common other pattern is like a snake, we call it snake. It's basically just a straight line, and you can place it wherever, as long as you both agree that where you place it is where the other person wants it. Usually if one person puts it to the left, they'll copy you, and you do the same. They'll do it to the left or to the right, or you can split it and do half against each side, or do them all in the middle, or do half in the middle, half of, it's up to you. As long as they're the same number of balls, you get the point. Anyway, and then you use the cue ball to throw, and you're basically just taking turns. Since I'm the only one here, I'm gonna just play myself. You just take turns throwing the ball back and forth. So if it doesn't go all the way into the pocket, you just grab the cue ball without touching your own balls. If you happen to bump your own ball while you throw your own ball, if the ball you bump goes past the line on your side, it goes in the pocket. If the cue ball, say I throw it too hard and it bounces back, as long as I can, if it bounces back and I can get it before it if it passes the halfway point like that, so if like it smacks the wall and bounces back, if it passes the halfway point, I can get another shot. But if it doesn't, then it's their turn. So yeah, you basically just take turns knocking them in until whoever wins. Whoever gets them down first wins. If the last person to throw the ball, say I'll create a quick scenario. So let's say I have 1 ball here and 0 balls down here. Okay, hypothetically. Like the person on that end just threw the ball and got all mine in. Okay, so like I would have lost, except not yet. I have one more chance, one more shot to get the ball in. If I miss it, then I lose. Then it's official. But if I can, on my last shot, get it in, okay, I didn't get it in, but say, for the sake of the video, I got it in, then it's sudden death. Sudden death, each person puts 1 ball up. And then you go again. Same thing. Whoever gets it down first, like once one person gets it in, the other person has 1 more shot to get it in. If there's sudden death again, then you put 2 balls up. Same scenario. If it goes through and the last person gets sudden death and it's again, then you put 3 balls up. Keep all the way, and then you go again. If it's the same scenario, you can go all the way back up to your whole 7 balls, and then you're basically just playing the game. But it doesn't happen very often. It's more often than not, it's usually just 1 or 2 rounds of balls going in the pocket. But so yeah, that's the basic of the games. It's very much a spectator sport too. There's people lined up on both sides of these aisles watching. People are like this a lot, watching the ball go back and forth. Some ways you play it, I've seen it done both ways, but I think the way that I prefer, which was introduced to me later, but I think there was an official camp rule list that I don't know. I hadn't seen it in a while, but it's kind of a popular camp game, and a lot of camps will kind of come up with their own rules based on their community. So it's like a camp, like a church group would come in and they'll play it. And they'll have like the basic rules, but then they might, through the grapevine, have heard of a different way of playing or modify it. So it can kind of be created, tailored. It's kind of like up to the community on what additional rules you want to do. So it's kind of fun in that way. So this is the winner's end. You can see I wrote on the side here. So that basically means initially when everybody's playing, everybody's equal. But when you win, if you're on this end when you're playing, nothing changes. You stay the winner. You stay here. If your opponent is the winner, if you're down here and that person happens to lose, then the person on this end will walk down to this end and play. So that way the line is consistently forming on one side and not both ends. That's the main reason I think people like that. So people can be lined up on, depending on where the gutter ball table is placed, it can be placed against a wall, in which case you're limited to one line on one side, or you can have it in the middle and have lines form on both sides. It gets a little more complicated. You got to take turns, one on one side, on the other, when you're taking back and forth to who gets to go. So a lot of times they'll get placed against the wall, in which case you can have, I think, probably depending on 7 to 10 spectators, depending on how big and they can fit. Basically, you're standing here side by side. You don't want to. A lot of times, people don't like that. People that are playing don't let us, like if they're right-handed, for example. If there's people lined up right here and they're like leaning over the edge, like I want to see, it gets annoying and gets to be in the way of people playing. So if you're right-handed, for example, it's nice to have the game against the wall, so that you're not being, you can tell people, but there's always that temptation to want to lean over. So it's nice to have. For me, I like to be in the winner's circle. I'd like to have it against the wall on my right side, so that I'm not having to compete with people who are wanting to watch. Anyway, so that's the idea there. So I think if there's any other rules I haven't touched on, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's it.